Excellent, that worked. Okay, so let's just get on our mats. I thought we'd start standing up today just because I know when you get up in the morning, it can be really quite stiff. I know I'm definitely getting more stiff as I get closer to 50. So let's just take hands behind heads and I hope you can see me properly. Shoulders down, press the ridge of your head into your hands, but kind of resist your head with your hands. So you're pushing back with your head, elbows back, shoulders down, push down and out with your feet so you get a little bit of a lift through the inner arches. And just start to take some nice full, long breaths, breathing in through the back of your nostrils, into the back of your lungs. Pull the breath right up underneath your armpits so that you feel those intercostal muscles really stretching. I got my second jab the other day and my shoulder is so sore, so this is actually quite sore for me. I might not lift my shoulder very much in today's practice. So nice, full, deep breathing. Good, and actually it's really quite nice just to take your eye gaze up first thing in the morning, and actually it's suggested that in the mornings, there's no sunshine today, but we get out and we look at, not at the sun, but we get a little bit of light on the retina first thing. Try and get the cortisol up in the morning, that's what we want, so that we can start to regulate our serotonin production properly. Good, and arms out to the side, drop your shoulders, stretch out through your fingers and just take your head from one side to the other, defocus your eyes, so you soften the little muscles around your eyes and you're just looking right out through your middle fingers. That's it, pull your shoulder blades together so they feel active. Wonderful, take your hands down and then take a deep breath in, arms all the way up and exhale down. Push the floor away with your heels and down. So you start to activate your legs, pushing through the heels, really get your gluteal muscles, your bum muscles working. That's it, deep breath in and out, and again, and out. Stay down, lateral stretch. Oh, feels so good, laterally stretching. Push down through the opposite heel. Down again, lateral stretch, that's my sore arm. Oh, wow. And down, all the way up, and down, all the way up, and down. Hands like so, drop one shoulder, look over the other shoulder. So we're just giving ourselves a nice rinse out through the upper back, warm up the body. I like to sigh the breath out of an open mouth as I do this. Breathe in deeply through the back of your nostrils. Sigh the breath out. That's it. And then mobilizing the pelvis and lift your sitting bones behind you. And then exhale to tap them. Lift them, spread the sitting bones. Exhale to tap them. So like cat and cow, just mobilizing into the spine. Now let the movement ripple all the way up through your shoulders, right up to the crown of the head. That's the way. And then leaving your sitting bones behind you is lifted. Take your hips from side to side. So imagine you have a tail and you're just swinging it from side to side. So we get into the ball and socket joint here. That's the way. Beautiful. And then leave your hips over to one side and start to bring your toes towards you. So we get into these adductor muscles. Give them a rub, wake them up. Nice bit of weight through the standing leg. Really push down through the heels so you're active. You feel your muscles squeezing into your bones here. Very good. Now drop the foot. Just turn the body a little bit of an upper back twist here. More stretching here through the inner thighs. Deep breath in, sigh the breath out, bend yourself down, swish your tail to the other side, lifting these toes. Give your inner thigh a rub. Very good. Same thing, make sure that this leg is working hard. You're pushing down through the heel here. And then drop the toe and just turn the body, little bit of a twist. I can't take my arm up on that side, but if you can, nice high arm. Just twisting through the back. Right, coming slowly up, circling the pelvis around. Wonderful way just to loosen everything up and get some really deep toning going on into these around these pelvic organs and the pelvic floor, and the other direction. And I like to take the arms up and slightly out Just give yourself space to breathe deeply. Lovely big circles. Very nice. Now taking the arms out again, shoulders are relaxed, toes slightly in, turn out your right leg, or if you're opposite me, it's your left leg. Turning the back toes in slightly. Now polish the table, so go forward with your hand, roll your back hip forward like a train wheel, drop the hand wherever it lands, stack the shoulder on top of the bottom shoulder. So we create this open chest, we get a little twist through the mid-back, and then arm up towards the ceiling. If that's okay for you, otherwise hand on the hip here. So Trikonasana, triangle pose, push down and out with your back foot, push down firmly with that front heel. Take the hand up and over, full body stretch, shoulder away from ears. Nice full deep breathing. That's it, hand down beside you, just drop the air for a moment so we create a bit of a stretch into the neck area, into these middle fingers. Good, bend into the front knee, slide your feet apart, slowly come into warrior two. So pressing down through that front heel, strong through your legs now. We'll just make this nice and flowy. So turn the palm, inhale, open the body, stretch the front line, exhale, forearm on thigh, back arm up and over, lengthening the back end of your body, open the front, and then the back. So inhale to come up, push down through that front heel. Exhale, folding forward. Lovely, inhale, coming up. And side out, exhaling, just holding side angle for a moment. Drop your shoulder away from your ears. See if you can open the chest a bit more. We again get into these inner thigh muscles here. Really good bone strengthening pose. If you want to come deeper into the pose, just drop your hand down onto the ground. Like so. Nice, full, smooth breathing. Take the hand down, push the floor away, slowly come up, come back into the center. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer, turning the other toe out. Back toe in, roll that hip forward as you stretch your arm out. Drop the hand wherever it lands, coming into triangle pose on this side. Shoulder dropping away from your ears. Now breathe into the back of your lungs. Feel the back of your lungs expanding here. Push down and out that back foot. So create a sensation like you're trying to pull your mat apart between your feet. And let's have a play with the arm up and overhead, stretching the back line of the body. So we're getting into the fascial system here, all the way down, stretch out through the neck, take the head down slightly, getting into those scalenes. Be gentle here, not too hard. And then looking down the ground, exhaling, drop down into your front knee, slide your feet apart, dropping your fingers, shoulders relaxed, warrior two. So this is taking you into your day. Let your eye gaze be soft, but your legs are really strong. You're pushing down and out with your feet. And then turn the palm, we'll make this nice and dynamic. So inhale, up, archer, exhale, forearm on thigh, back arm up and over. Push the floor away, drawing yourself up, and then back. And again, breathe deeply in. Sigh the breath out. We'll hold it here, open the chest slightly. Make sure this knee here doesn't drop in. You want to take this femur here and you want to kind of pull it back into your pelvis. So you're not just kind of collapsing down, especially if you're a bit hypermobile. It's easy just to sort of keep going. Instead, keep that integrity. So we are getting a stretch, but we're also strengthening quite a lot. And maybe if you want to, taking it down a notch into a deeper stretch. Good. And then slowly turn yourself. I'm going to get you to slide into downward facing dog. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Roll your shoulders away from your ears. Give your head a shake here. Paddle your heels down towards the ground. Lifting your sitting bones. So imagine you've got somebody behind you, they've got your tail, and they're drawing your tail back and up to the intersection of the wall and the ceiling behind you. Spread your toes, dance over your ankles, Give your head a shake. Breathe in deeply. Lift your heels. Exhale, drop them. Open your mouth. Stick your tongue out. Breathe in, lift your heels. Exhale. Very good. Drop down onto your knees. Knees relatively wide, toes together, fingertips out in front of you. And then lengthen your spine. So we try to create this lovely sort of draping of the shoulders downwards. Armpits almost want to face the ground. Sitting bones stretching out behind you. If you have heaviness in your pelvic floor, keep your sitting bones high. Otherwise, you can start to drop them down towards your heels. Chin is tucking in. Just a lovely morning stretch. Sigh the breath out. Pulling the breath in through the back of the nostrils, creating that ocean-like sound with your breath. Now, see if you can come into a drapey dog. So this is a little bit different. Bum is up towards the ceiling now. Chest is down. If this is too much on your shoulders, try taking your arms wide. If that's still a little bit grouchy on shoulders, just fold your forearms like so. And in fact, you create a little pillow here with your hands. You can drop your forehead against the pillow. And then as you exhale, see if you can get your chest a little bit lower. So we're creating a really big squeezy stretch right here in the thoracic spine, also getting a nice opening across the sitting bones into the pelvic floor. Exhaling down. Good. One more exhale. And then coming up onto hands and knees, let's start to wake up the pelvis a little bit and then get the core muscles switched on. So knees together to start off with. Drop the hips down to one side. Now try to keep your arms quite strong, so we're not sort of collapsing here. We're getting into this IT band. And then on an exhale, tummy button to spine as you come up and over to the other side, dropping the hips down. And that's a nice stretch, actually. That's good. And then come back up. This time, drop your hips down to, I'm going to about 4 or 5 o'clock. And then stretch the other hand, the left hand out to about 11 o'clock, if you're on the clock face. So now getting a bit more towards the sitting bone with the stretch. Oh, that's good. And then just horseshoe your bottom over to the other side, fingertips over to about 2 o'clock, and hip dropping to about 7 o'clock. So cross the back, stretch. Oh, that's good too. Lovely. And then hands wide, take the pelvis around in a big circle. So imagine you've got a pencil from your tummy button and you're drawing a circle on the mat below you. Big, kind of luxurious circles. Shoulders relaxed one direction and then the other. Massage those hips around. All the way around. Good. Okay, so doing a little bit of stability work this morning around pelvis. Shake your wrists, give them a little rinse out here. And then come into a tabletop position. So stretch your fingertips out. We want to have nice wide phalanges pressing down into the mat, shoulders away from ears, chin is tucking in, so you're looking straight down at your mat. Now we're going to take the knees towards each other and then do a zip up from your pubic bone up towards your belly button. So it feels like you've got high-waisted jeans on and they're tight and you're just having to zip them a little bit higher up. Buttons just where your rib cage is. So holding that. Now push the floor away with your hands. So you've got a little bit of a pressing up sensation between your shoulders towards the ceiling. So we're going to try and keep this switched on. And then challenging your balance. Take your left foot out behind you. Squeeze your left glute. Try not to let your foot drape down. Try to keep it at bum height. Chin is tucking in. Now hold it here. Maybe move your weight a tiny bit forward. If you're balanced, take your right hand out, thumb up, little finger down. Now pull your fingers and your toes, your heel and your fingers away from each other, lengthening. Keep breathing. And now on an exhale, see if you can bring your knee and your elbow in towards each other. and then all the way out. Now, if that was too wobbly, stay here and just focus on breathing and keeping your balance. Otherwise, we'll challenge it again. Knee and elbow in, and then stretching out. Same thing, just checking in with balance. If you're still okay, take elbow and knee out to the side, bend them out to the side like a frog, kind of like a frog, and then out again. That's it, keep breathing. We'll try and do that one more time. Elbow and knee out to the side, all the way out, and then down. And just give yourself a little rest down here. Just fold your forearms, drop down, relax your pelvic floor, relax your belly, shoulders nice and relaxed. Good, so that's really good for pelvic floor, for deep core, for the extensor muscles of the back. Glutes are switched on. We're using all of the stabilizing muscles of the body. So let's try and do that on the other side. Knees together, come into your set position. And this time we're taking the right foot out behind us. Again, make sure that you don't let your foot collapse down and try and get your little toe to feel like it's got a weight on it. So we're not sort of turning our foot out to the side. We're dropping toes down towards the ground. And then taking the left hand out in front of you. Keep breathing. So this might be enough. One thing, try not to let this elbow hyperextend and kind of collapse into it. You can see that compared to pushing the floor away, biceps are now working. So keep breathing here. Maybe challenge, draw knee and elbow in, stretch it out again. Exhale if you're doing this, and then breathe it out again. If you're still with me, elbow and knee out to the side, and out again, good. And again, out to the side, keep breathing, and lengthen, and all the way down. Now lift your sitting down, bones behind you, tuck them, round your spine, lift, spread, tuck, round, lift, spread, tuck, round. Beautiful. Take your sitting bones back towards your heels. Pause here. Breathe into your pelvic floor area. Sitting bones are spreading. Nice bit of space across there's this big sort of figure of 8 band of muscle between your sitting bones. So that's nice and lengthened here. So we breathe in here. As we come forward, we exhale. Try exhaling out of your mouth for this one. Breathe in here, exhaling. Shoulders stop just over your fingers. So a lot of weight through your arms here. Zipped up through your pelvic floor and into your deep transverse abdominal muscles. Drop back. Exhaling again. All the way forward. Waking everything up. Back again. And exhaling forward. Very good. Back. And one more core. Hold it here. Hold it here. And then elbows in. And then exhale. Push the floor away. Doing a bit of strengthening today. Pause here. Elbows in. Drop down a little bit. And then exhale. Come back up again. Last one. Slowly come down all the way to the floor. Lovely, lovely. Take your hands out to about here. So we're like a spider with our hands. Tops of the feet press into the ground. Draw your knees a little bit off the ground. So you're activating the front of your legs, your quads. Not your bum though. Let your bum be relaxed here. Now I'm just going to get you to breathe in deeply. And as you breathe in, let your chest lift off the ground and then breathe out and slowly come back down. So start tiny movement. Breathe in. So we're just vacuum packing the spine with the little multifida muscles around the spine. Hardly any weight through your fingertips here. Just breathing. Tops of the feet press into the ground. Working back. Good. Start to wake up the back muscles. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now see if you can get a fluid ocean-like, like a wave-like motion. So a little bit of pressure through the hands. Breathing in. And then flowing down. Good. Breathing in. Let your head come up last. Float down last. Breathing in. Flowing now. A little bit more flowy. And again. Whew. And one more. Oh, good. Hands down on the ground now, so quite wide, Sphinx pose. Inhale up, drop one shoulder, look over the other shoulder. So a little bit like when we're standing. Inhale into the center, drop the other shoulder. So getting a bit more movement through the upper back area, through the neck. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling up, down. Now roll your shoulders back. Take your hands back towards your toes. You know what's coming. So start by just taking your arms and your chest off the ground. So breathe in. And then breathe out. We'll do one more of those. Breathe in. Pull fingertips back. And then breathe out. Now try taking toes off as well. So breathe in. Feet off the ground. Fingertips pulling back towards toes. Toes really pulling back behind you. Chin tucked in. Crown of the head rocketing forward. Hold this. Breathe in again. So you can go up a tiny bit higher. Hold this, hold this, hold this, hold this, hold this. Hold, breathe. And then when you're ready, just go. And turn the head to one side. Rock your hips like a jellyfish. Nice and floppy, floppy, floppy. And feel the sort of tingling sensation all through the back of the body. So the extensor muscles of the back are just as important as our front core muscles to strengthen. Really good for our posture. Chin tucking in, roll those shoulders back, tummy button to spine slightly, that helps. And then inhale, vibrant lift up, crown of the head rocketing forward, fingertips and toes rocketing back. Breathing, 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 breathing. Hold it. So you can go up a tiny bit more, hold it, fingertips up a little bit more, turn the head to the other side and go, and just rock, 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 rock here. Rock, rock, rock. All right, we're going to just open up the quads here. So right hand underneath forehead, chin tucking in, roll the back the left shoulder back a couple of times. So it's a big full rotation through the shoulder, massage it. Up and back, and then draw it all the way back, bend the left knee, grab hold of the left ankle. So we don't want to just pull our arm back, we want to sort of roll it back, get those rotator muscles working. Now here, I'm going to get you to do some buzzy bee breaths out as you exhale, pushing your pubic bone down into the ground. So breathe in deeply through the back of your nostrils. And on the exhale, as you buzzy bee out, press the pubic bone down. So you're really opening up the front of the pelvis, getting right into those hip flexors. You're pressing down. Let's do one more breath out here. Great. So often when we get grouchy lower backs, it's because our quads and our hip flexors are really tight. So this is a good one to do. And imagine, so I'm going to just roll my right shoulder back here while I'm talking. Roll it, roll it, roll it backwards, and then roll it back. Grab hold of your right ankle, so ankle not foot, and try and flex your heel away from you. So slide, almost imagine you're sliding your knee down your mat as you press your pubic bone down into the mat as well. So we really get those quads nice and lengthened. So breathing in, buzzy bee breath out. Melting your pelvis down into the ground, really good bit of pressure, holding. Let's do one more breath out. Very good. And dropping down, toes and heels out, both hands underneath your forehead, shoulders nice and relaxed, switching on the pelvic floor. So we're just going to do some quick lifts, taking the muscles around the pubic bone, so around the urethra, squeeze them like you're stopping yourself weeing, and then zip up as if you're pulling the plunger right up past your tummy button, and then release it back down again. So exhale as you do so, zip up, release, zip up, release. Bum muscles are not working here, just the pubic bone, so just the pelvic floor, just your deep core muscles. Zipping up, releasing, zipping up, releasing. Try to do some really quick flicks. This is what you need when you need the loo really badly. If you get that urge just as you come towards the front door, Really need the loo. What you want to do is quick flicks, about 5 of them, and then totally relax. So now we're going to just totally relax. Visualize the bladder muscles, the detrusor muscles really relaxed. Breathe deeply, the whole area relaxed. We're going to do one where we hold, so we just hold it for about 7 seconds. Exhaling, drawing in, zipping up, 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 up. Keep holding, puffy breaths out. Lifting, 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 and then slowly, slowly, slowly releasing. Wobble your hips, release, 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 wobble, 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 turning onto your back. Oh, this is nice. Lie down. So here we are. Knees into chest, big circles. So just mobilize those hip joints. Nice big circles here. One direction and then the other. And you want to visualize your hip joints being flushed out. Imagine there's nice clear water just flushing around these hip joints. Nice massage into the lower back as well. And then try sticking your feet up towards the ceiling. So you're going to have tight hamstrings. They might wobble a little bit. Rub the back of your legs to put a bit of heat into those hamstrings. And then as you do so, press the back of your pelvis down into your mat. So keep trying to get length from those hamstrings by pressing your pelvis backwards as opposed to letting your tail tuck under like that. Very good. Rub, 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 right up near the knees, right down near your buttocks. Now turn your heels out. So the heels of the feet are together, toes out. I can't remember what I just said, but I think I said the opposite. But heels together, toes out. Rub the outside of your legs. It's a really nervy stretch here. Woo. And then back again, all the way up towards your knees and then down towards your buttocks. Very good. Draw your right knee in, left foot out. So really squeeze that knee in and then take the left hand above the head. Stretch the body, lengthen fingertips and toes away from each other. Full, lovely, deep breathing in. Sigh the breath out. And then the other side, stretch the body. Oh, good. That's the way. So take your feet directly underneath your heels again. Make sure you're in neutral spine. So we do have a tiny, tiny gap underneath our lower back. Can't quite get fingers under there, but nearly. The rib cage and the top of the pelvis are aligned. So if you take your thumb and your middle fingers and you just kind of hold the base of your rib cage, top of your pelvis, and imagine tummy's just been sliced away, they should be like there's a piece of paper that just goes across them perfectly. Pubic bone, same. So pubic bone, hip bones, base of the rib cage, they're aligned. When you're standing up, that's how you can tell that you're aligned, you're in nice alignment. So there we go. I'm going to get you to keep that alignment. So there's no external movement, but we're switching on pelvic floor. Exhaling, always on an exhalation. Draw the pelvic floor muscles in like you're stopping yourself, weeing and passing wind at the same time. Zip upwards towards tummy, towards these ribs, and then see if you can draw your waist in a little bit and then let it all go. Now try to do that on one long exhale. Don't move the external body at all. Exhaling, zipping up, releasing down. From the pelvic floor, zipping up, exhaling, and releasing down. Use that as we also add the legs and the bum now. So we're pushing the heels into the ground, lifting up on an exhale, drop down again. Exhaling up, push the floor away, come down. So I'm really, I like to imagine I've got nails underneath my heels. And every time I come up, I'm driving those nails into the ground. That's going to get your glutes working. It's very easy just to kind of flop your pelvis up and down, but it's not working the glutes like we want to. It's a nice bit of rolling up through the back. Release as you come down. That's the way. Nice massage. Take your feet a tiny bit wider. Same action. Exhaling up. This time those knees and thighs squeeze together. Release them. Roll back down. And again, up, squeeze, release, roll back down. Exhale up, squeeze, release, roll back down. 3 more. Up, squeeze, release, down. Up, squeeze, release, down. Up, squeeze, release, down. Very good. Toes in, knees out, grab hold of your shins, gently press out, roll your ankles around, massage those feet, stretching into those inner thighs now. Get that pelvic floor released. So just soften the whole area from your tummy button downwards, breathing smoothly. I like to imagine there's a big beach ball, and as you're breathing, the whole of the pelvic area is like a beach ball, and just kind of softly blowing it up. Now take your feet up towards the ceiling, baby pose, grabbing hold of ankles, or if you can reach, take your fingertips onto the inside of your feet and just massage across your spine. So gently pulling on one foot and then the other. Really, really relax through the pelvic floor. Buttocks are relaxed. Smooth, smooth breathing. Good. That's it. Deep breath in. As you exhale, soften the whole of your back towards the ground. Imagine you're melting your back into the ground. Shoulders relaxed. Whole body relaxed. Now tuck yourself into a ball. If you are happy to roll up, we're going to do that. If not, if it doesn't work with your back, roll over to the side and just come to sitting. So I'm tucking myself in here and rolling out. Quite often if people have got lower back pain, and especially if they've got any kind of herniation, this is not good. So we want to roll over to the side instead. If you're fine though, it's such a great way to invigorate the whole central nervous system. And then all the way up across the ankles, come and sit. So Sukhasana twist, lift right up through the crown of the head, chin is tucking in. So we create that lovely elongated spine, shoulders are relaxed. Just taking one hand onto knee, other hand on the ground. Imagine as you twist around, the crown is being lifted. Smooth breath in, releasing breath out, shoulders relax. Slowly come back into the center, lifting through the crown as you twist. Don't push, just visualize from your pelvis this corkscrew effect through the spine. And then coming back into the center. Good. Breathing in, hands up towards the ceiling. Breathing out, let it go. Breathing deeply in, hands up, eyes up, exhaling. Last one. And let it go. Roll the shoulders back, hands at the heart center. Just take a minute to sit here, feeling your fingertips touching, feeling the palms gently touching. Imagine a mother cat has just picked you up by the scruff of the neck, so you are lifting up through the ridge of your head, feeling the vertebra of your spine gently moving away from each other. Imagine that you're being lifted up by strings towards the ceiling. And then like a puppet, just let your body drape away from those strings. So let your shoulders become really relaxed. Notice how soft you can make the muscles around your eyes. Feel relaxation flow down your cheeks. Imagine your lower jaw is unwinding away from your upper jaw. So create a real heaviness through your lower jaw, heavy tongue. And then taking your mind's eye just underneath the skin surface of the whole of your body. The whole of your body, and just tuning into the feeling of your natural breath rippling through the trillions and trillions of cells that make up this extraordinary body of yours, this vehicle that you are living this lifetime through. And mentally saying, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, body. And thank you for coming and joining this morning. Namaste.
Thank you, Linda.